All right, so we are live on YouTube. So we're going to jump into functional transformations. Today is going to be a short stream. Very short stream. But we're going to at least get this done. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube. Let's grab the link. There it is. Yeah, exactly. All right, so very short stream today, but I'll be learning some Python with Boot.dev. All right. Looks good. Let's hit enter, announce it, and publish. There we go. Cool. Also, I'm going to coding meetup. That is 2 hours away. Generally speaking, if you've been to one, what am I looking forward to? It's my first one. I'm a bit nervous. What are you nervous about? It depends on the meetup. Generally, people are friendly. Yeah, what's the meetup? Or like a ballpark of what it is? You're going to be watching like a lecture, or is it like a networking thing, or? All right. I'm actually going to do follower only mode for the Boot.dev streams. Function transformations. Function transformation is just a more concise way to describe a specific type of a higher order function. Okay, so when a function takes a function or functions as input and returns a new function. Let's look at an example. Add, double, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Multiply, add, self-math is a higher order function. Input, a function that takes 2 arguments and returns a value. Okay, so we're just returning a function. Add or multiply. Got it. To get square double. The self-math function takes a function that operates on 2 different parameters, multiply or add, and returns a new function that operates on 1 parameter twice, square or double. It says Open Hack is a casual social coding meetup with a simple purpose, code together or anything. Oh, cool. Yeah, like you'll probably just go there and work on your thing. You know, it would be awesome if you would introduce yourself to people. Hopefully they have a mechanism where you get to do that. That's kind of what we did a little bit with my meetup in Chicago. But I would go around and kind of just like see how it's going for them. And I would provide them help and mentorship that they needed. We just did that like weekly. Yeah, that's it really depends, but like, yeah. I guess my question is, what are you nervous about? I'd encourage you to like talk with people there. It's a good way to just meet people. Let the golden retriever energy flow. You can. It just depends on your personality, but a simple question is like, hey, what are you working on? Oh, cool. Like just getting to know what people are working on, and probably like maybe a lot of newer developers. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. You have to let us know how it goes. Doc2Doc needs a good logging system so that users and developers alike can see what's going on under the hood. Complete the get logger function. It takes a formatter function as a parameter and returns a new function. Okay. It accepts 2 strings. You just name the first. Sure. The logger function should not return anything. It should simply print the result of calling the given formatter. Function with the first and second strings as arguments. Return the new logger function for the test suite to use. That should be it. Cool. I'm hoping they are all noobs like me. I'm sure you're going to get some, because like experienced developers generally, like those are really good for developers without jobs. Those kind of meetups are really good. A lot of experienced developers might have limited time afterwards, like if they're working in the field. So I think you will get more new people than experienced people. So I'm guessing your nervousness is like maybe looking dumb or something like that in front of more experienced developers, which is not a thing that's going through their head. I don't know. I think you could just have fun with it. And you said it's like a 2-hour drive or something like that. I'd take advantage of that. Meet people. Like, say, hey, you want to connect? And whatever your preference is. A lot of people say, let's connect on LinkedIn. You do email, whatever. Discord, if people are up for it. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Philip? How you doing? They do it every month, so I'm hoping it's good to start going to. Gotcha. Only one way to find out, right? Hell yeah, man. Example of a function transformation. Add, self-math, inner function. Self-math scope. Okay. Makes sense. What does the expression self-math add return? A function. Good, just finished mowing the yard. Ooh, that's a good day when you get to mow the yard. And about to start back on the Boots AI agent on the Boots, whatever that is. Life's good, man. A little tired today, but it's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be a busy day. Where can inner func be referenced directly? Inner func within self-math. Here's some example code for you to reference as you work through the assignment. Okay, cool. Complete the doc formatter checker converter function it takes to convert conversation function and valid formats as parameters. It should return a new function that takes 2 parameters of its own, file name and content. The name of the file to be converted, content body text of the file to be converted. If the file extension of the file name is in valid formats, then it should return the result, calling the conversion function. Okay. Call it conversion function. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I hope everyone's weekend went well. I actually did get to chill out. And relax a bit. I even played some video games. World of Warcraft. If valid formats is a list. Okay, so if it's not going to be file name. Oh, in the so we're checking the entire file name. We're not like we're gonna have to grab the extension within the string. So if file name invalid formats, then it should return the result of calling the conversion function on the content. Otherwise, it should raise raise value error with the message invalid file format. I think that should do it. No, we'll figure it out. Grinding on WoW Classic is relaxing. Oh yeah, man, it's relaxing. Yeah, that's what I was playing too. I was playing Classic. I got 6 months, so I'm just like little by little, just putting some time into it. But I'm leveling a Warlock right now for TBC. TBC is going to come out end of the year or maybe early next year. So I got, you know, I have maybe about 6 months to just make that 60 Warlock and then start leveling for TBC. I want to do some PvP, but little by little. And it is relaxing for me. Actually, it's been a lot of fun because on the server I'm in, people are leveling alts, so there's a lot of PvP. Ever play retail? I have played retail. I don't really enjoy it that much. What's up, Cypher? How's it going? So we are not getting this. If file name, okay. Actually, I'm going to also put new, don't help. That's a pinned comment. No, I can't. Oh my god. Twitch changed their thing, so I gotta do this. There. Let's pin that. Fair enough. For me, Fire Mage and Cataclysm was a shit. Was it? I think I was a hunter in Cataclysm. Yeah, a lot of people like Cataclysm. Well, some people liked it. I think like the three that I really liked was I don't know. I actually had a lot of fun in Cataclysm. It was after Cataclysm where it felt like it got worse. I don't think I enjoyed Mop as much as some other people. I kind of enjoyed it. I did play it a lot. It was okay, but You start playing, end of TBC early, Wrath. Oh, gotcha. Both were good, in my opinion. Yeah, like the trio, the perfect trio is WoW Classic, TBC, and Wrath. I loved all three of those the most. I'm ready for TBC. And I think the survey was real, but I think they did send out a survey to start working on WoW Classic. You gonna try out WoW Classic Plus? Or that's what it is, Classic Plus. All right, so if file name invalid formats. I mean, are we supposed to call these? The tests call it, right? No, Philip. I'm not asking you, I'm just speaking out loud. I started playing oh yeah, I didn't get 80 till ICC patch. So I missed much of the golden years. Did you play WoW Classic though? Like when they released WoW Classic, did you play that? And like TBC Classic and all that? Yeah, I will make it very clear, Philip, if I am asking chat. I usually speak out loud because it's better than me just staying completely quiet while I'm streaming. So that's usually while I'll think out loud. But yeah, I will be very clear that I'm asking chat. And I'm redefining it. I'm being a dummy there. Conversion. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to call it conversion. So define conversion and return conversion. Print yo. Is this function ever called? This is. What am I returning? I'm never returning the conversion. Oh, I see. If file name. I'm never actually returning this. Okay. All right. So let's get rid of this. We have file name, sample text. So we do have to extract it out. Okay. It does say if the file extension of the file name is in the valid formats, and I think I just misread that. Okay, cool. I did for a bit, but then I had to cut it out for work life. Fair enough. Fair enough. Totally get that. All right. Do. Uh, I mean, what is... Is that a thing? Okay, so we could just... Got it. So that's join. That's the syntax for join, and then we could do split. Off of the period. Let's... Oh, I gotta wake up, man. That's need docs and spellbook. Didn't know they had that. Oh, really? Yeah. I I don't like the Python docs. I like the spellbook. It is pretty useful. What am I doing here? Return. No, function. This is what we're doing. Okay, hold on. Let me just read this because I keep changing one thing at a time and I'm not like double checking. So we define a new function that takes in file name and content. We call conversion function on the content if the file name matches. So we'll double check this. Otherwise, we raise a value error. And we want to return this function here. Okay. And we are no longer getting this print statement. Which is weird. Let's figure that out. So this function is being called. But it's like this function is not being called. Not even an error. There's no... Oh, it caught the error. Okay, well, I just got to pay attention to detail. I'm just doing typos all over the place today. All right, so we have all right, cool. It's just this. I just wanted to see that we were getting at least a first value. I knew it wasn't going to run, but all right, there we go. All right, cool. Done. Let's submit. I want to see if there was a different way. Nope, just split on this. -1. Interesting. What the hell is this? Let's figure it out. Oh, I guess a file name. I see. Why would you do -1 though? Like, what would be the use case? So it's like -1 from the last value of the array. With this solution, does the -1 mean last or -1 value from the last value of the list? Oh, it refers to the last item. That makes way more sense. Okay. I like that. Because the file names could have spaces, right? But the thing is, we don't really need this. I mean, I suppose, yeah, you're looking for the last decimal. Like, what if a file name had a period in it? I mean, you could technically do that. Okay, that makes sense. That's way better. I like that. All right, let's move on. Why transform? And yeah, when I get done with the challenges, if you have a better solution, you're welcome to share at the end of the challenge, but I don't learn if you guys are just solving it for me. Not nearly as much. Why transform? You might be wondering, when would I use function transformations in the real world? Isn't it simpler to just define functions at the top level to code and call them as needed? Good questions. To be clear, we don't just transform functions at runtime for the fun of it. We only use advanced techniques like function transformations when they make our code simpler than it would otherwise be. Code reusability. Creating variations with the same function dynamically can make it a lot easier to share common functionality. Take a look at the formatter function. It accepts a pattern and returns a new function that formats text according to that pattern. I think like the only time I've ever or would ever use something like that is for logging. I just want to say read the first assignment. What does that even mean, Philip? What? Can you be more clear? Code reusability. Create variations of the same function dynamically can make it a lot easier to share common functionality. Take a look at this formatter function. Accepts a pattern and returns a new function. Philip, we solved it. What do you mean for a hint? Reading, we solved it. What hint did we miss? Just type it out in chat. Like I don't. We're not talking about like what we're on right now, right? Can you be more clear? Not for now, Philip. Not for now. What does that even mean? Oh, I gotta cancel those, Yunjay. Not for now. Philip, I don't even know what that means. I don't think you're being as clear as you think you are. Can you just take a second and take a second to type out what you're trying to say? Yeah, we hit the sub goal. Yeah. Let me go ahead and cancel that and refund points. I appreciate you contributing to that. Last question. When you were asking questions, I wanted to suggest looking at the first assignment to find the split. But we solved that, Philip. Yeah, we solved that. What value does that give us now? So if I went back and we read that, what value does that give us now? Because we solved it with the split. Listening in the background, I don't mind watching you because you're actually trying, unlike most douches. What? I don't think most people are douches on the internet. I think that's a pretty negative view. Maybe some of the content creators you've come across. I don't know. What do you mean trying? I think a lot of people are trying at what they're doing. Create variations of the same function dynamically can make it a lot easier to share common functionality. Take a look at this formatter function. It accepts a pattern and returns a new function that formats text according to that pattern. Now we can create new formatters easily. Cool. I like it. Yeah, go ahead and clarify that, Philip. Let me cancel the points thing, though. I always Twitch has a lot of sub pages, and I always forget where the stuff is. Hold on. There it is. Okay, I think I found it. There it is. Community challenge. Let's exit that. Delete and refund. Everyone gets their points back. That's the cool thing. Even if we don't meet the challenge, you get your points back. If I delete it, you get your points back. So they're not just lost in the void. Because I don't think I have control over giving you guys a bunch of points. They're just accumulated through watching. So that's kind of cool that it refunds all of it. Closures. All right. We're going to be doing that. Perfect. Yeah, I really don't use function transformations that often. Why transform? You might be wondering, when would I use function transformations in the real world? Isn't it simpler to just define functions at the top level of the code and call them as needed? We're reading the same thing. Couldn't we just every time, like, to me, like, visually, if it looks a little bit different or something jumps, I'm like, oh, new text. I feel like that throws me off. It threw me off a lot in the beginning. Couldn't we just explicitly define bold formatter, italic formatter, and bullet point formatter as normal functions? Yes. All right, we got one more left. In doc-to-doc, users are asking for a filtering feature. They want a command that has dynamic options so that they can work as quickly as possible. Complete the get filter command function. It takes two functions as input, filter1 and filter2, and returns a function, filter command. Filter command should take as input two strings, content and option. Set the default option argument to -1, the default value. But hi, Yunjay. By the way, I don't know if I said hi. Hope you're doing well. All right. Philip, it seems like you're not really engaging with the conversation. There's a type of person that kind of just, like, isn't really constructive with their constructive feedback. I gave you some time, but I don't think what you're contributing is helpful. I'll DM you on Discord. I'll follow up there. I'll engage. I don't like people kind of just, like, going down a train of conversation in chat and distracting me and then, like, not really engaging with anything that I'm saying. I don't find that helpful. All right. So now I'm not distracted. We already have the filter command here. Set the default value. Okay, so it takes content and option. Set the default value of option argument. And so this is just a default, but it also, right, because we learned that order still can matter, but it becomes like a named parameter or something like that, where we can do the named parameter and declare the value with that, but it also sets the default one, which kind of throws me off a little bit. Let's see. And also with the resume reviews and portfolio reviews, I will probably do that at the end of the month. I kind of want to give people, because I made an announcement in the Discord server, I kind of want to give people like a week or two of a heads up to get it ready. And then I'll probably do a poll, or not a poll, I'll create a form where people can submit it. So we'll probably do that at the end of the month. So if you want your resume or portfolio project reviewed, I might do all three. Well, you got to choose one, but we'll see. We'll see what people need. All right, cool. So we'll do that double quotes that Python people like. Complete filter command so that it filters and returns the content according to the input option. What are we getting for content? Oh, is that it? Then filter to? Okay. So oh my God. Lif. Can't do the triple equals, not in Python. Got to remember that. We are going to, so I'm assuming it's gonna, it's just returning text, filter one. So let's go filter 2, and we just do that with a text that's returned with filter 1, passing content, and then else. Python is really readable. I really do. I don't know. I like reading Python. I even like writing Python. Whatever happened to App Academy? Oh, yeah. Didn't they go like the AI route? They started substituting part of their career thing for AI, and then I don't even know what they're doing. I don't even know. A lot of coding boot camps are starting to pivot at this point to advertising something AI related. You probably know more than me, to be honest. Another option is past raise an exception. So raise general exception, invalid option. Let's go. What's up, Jens? TypeScript, JavaScript, whatever. Oh, yeah, we are learning a bit of Python. And we got this section, and then I think we got the static site generator, then the DSA stuff, then we learned C. The order might be a little bit off, but I have time to think about what I want to build for my Python project. But I think that's it, guys. This is meant to be a short stream. This is like a really short stream, but I don't think I want to continue going forward with chapter 6. Like we're chilling. So what's up? How's it going? And if anyone has any questions or blockers about becoming a developer, feel free to ask in chat. But yeah, I'll probably wrap it up in 10 minutes. Crazy. Back in 2021, I went through their whole process, took an exam, had to do a technical interview and then a professional interview and got accepted. Didn't end up going. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 2021 was the year. That was a really good year to go through coding. That was like one of the best years you could choose to go through coding boot camps if you, I mean, like if you put a lot of effort into it. You put a lot of effort into it, you're chilling. But yeah, companies were accepting anyone, like anyone that had some skills. Any recommendations or insights for solo devs? When you say solo dev, do you just mean like going through the self-taught path? Like you're a self-taught developer trying to land their first position? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean like you're a professional dev, you get paid a professional salary, but you're the only dev on the team? They were teaching Ruby at the time? Yeah, I think I remember that. I think they were teaching Ruby. Did they end up switching? I remember, so I did offer for them to come onto my podcast. I think they reached out about it. Or they would no, they wanted to. So I kind of posted a pretty controversial video. Like, well, I don't know if it's controversial, but my normal videos of me being critical. And I remember them reaching out. I think wanting to kind of just like share career advice tips. And I'm like, if we do this, I kind of just did a video being critical on some of the things that you're doing. So I'm down for you to come on and share your advice. But I also want to address some of the things going on with App Academy. And I didn't hear back, which understandably. But that I could have had a lot more coding bootcamp CEOs coming onto my podcast. But that was usually my stipulation. It's like, yeah, you can come on. I'm totally down. But, like, I want to talk about these things. And then crickets. It's like, all right. We'll do a little bit of a Q&A. Let's go, because I kind of feel bad, because we're going to be ending it shortly. Self-taught, and also all your projects are done solo. A better question may be, what are the benefits of having a team? What do you... I still think that's unclear with the question. Are you a self-taught dev where you're trying to land your first position, and that's the key question there, Jens? Or are you a solo dev on a professional team getting paid a professional salary? I mean, what are the benefits of having a team getting hired and getting paid as a developer? Like, what do you mean when you say team? What do you mean team? Are you talking about like just doing a group project as an aspiring developer? Or you like, nah, it's still really ambiguous with the way you're wording it. I'm currently learning backend development on my own alongside getting my CS degree. Gotcha. Any thoughts on how I can stand out in this current market when I graduate? Yeah, build shit for the positions that you're going to be applying for. That's a big one. Connections, internships, if you can. Internship's going to be huge. But, hopefully you're making a lot of good connections there. But don't just like go through a course, like a backend course, like build stuff. First of all, to reinforce it, but also to showcase what you can actually build that's going to be practical and applicable to the types of positions you're going for. Right? If you're just going through a CS program and you don't really you haven't built out any APIs, no projects to showcase, and you want to apply for a product position where you're going to be working on an API of a product, it really helps to be able to say like, hey, you guys are doing Python. I actually built an API out in Python. Here you go. One of the things I didn't like and didn't end up going is because after the whole process, once I got accepted, they wanted like $7K or something like that up front. Yeah, I mean they were a more expensive boot camp. They were pretty effective. They were an effective coding boot camp. But and they advertise you don't pay a thing. Oh, until you get a job. Oh, gotcha. If their marketing didn't match what they required, I understand that. It's like, how can you trust them? I can say back in the day, they were pretty damn good. Bit elitist, but if you can get over that, they were pretty good. Yeah, them. Rhythm School was really good too. Codesmith. There's just shady shit with like how people were presenting themselves, and like I caught many of their graduates in lies, and I'm like, did this come from Codesmith? And a lot of them wouldn't like admit it straight out, or like a lot of people like try to protect their coding bootcamp, which I understand. But like I don't know. I got a sense of a lack of integrity at Codesmith, but they did produce pretty good software engineers back in the day. I don't even know what they're trying to do now. But yeah, a lot of coding boot camps are just kind of going under, you know? I also want to mention that I'm over halfway, 58% Scrimba's front end, and I'm a bit addicted to it still, working on the war project. Oh, are you? Are you doing the extra challenges, the stretch goals, Zach? I currently work for an ed tech company as a tech management analyst, and I've been trying to decide what I can build that can help me transition in the company. As a tech management analyst, I mean, Devon, I would definitely try to figure out what they need, what automated tools they need. Talk to your manager. Like, talk to people. What do you guys need? Talk to different departments. What do you guys need? I'll build it. They were really good, was super hard to get into, but their instructors, especially Avin, was really good. Gotcha. I did not know any of their instructors. The Code Drip, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, I did not know their instructors. Let me exit this. Alvin. Okay, I gotcha. Did he do like an example class and that's how you found out? You are doing the stretch goals. That's good, Zach. Okay. Even on the color scheme API project, I made it more mobile friendly. Click tap to clipboard and published on Netlify to send to a friend that wanted to use it. That's awesome, man. I guess Adobe locked theirs behind a paywall. I don't know what my friend said. Oh, that's what my friend said. Gotcha. Oh, that's pretty cool. So someone used it. Are you still within the corporate industry? No. No, my last dev position was 5 years ago, and I just purely focus on helping junior developers now. When I was working as a developer, it was really hard to help junior developers. One thing I used to think, I don't know, like, never mind. Yeah, it was really hard to help junior developers. It was really hard balancing something outside of a full-time job. Even like hosting the meetup was a lot. It was a lot. And it was like once a week too, but it was several hours. Anything you missed from corporate? No. Money? Yeah, money. We'll go with money. If you had no experience and never coded in your life, you could take like a bootcamp prep course. Ah, is that what you took? Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, the bootcamp prep courses are pretty good if you do plan on going into that coding bootcamp, but it also is like, is this to get a feel for like, do I want to do this too? Also, the same friend owns a print shop. They still exist, it seems. Oh, really? I've been editing the CSS to his WordPress. Oh, you have been editing this CSS. That's good. Yeah, that's experience, man. That's awesome. That's what you do. That's what I did, and Alvin was the maintenance director who taught the lecture. That's okay. That's cool. I don't, like I said, I don't know what happened to App Academy, or like what coding boot camps are left. Generally, like most people just aren't going to coding boot camps anymore, which is why they're all dropping. Yeah, I said it before, like when I was reviewing the coding boot camps, I'm like, this is kind of the top of the profits. Like now it's going to be downhill with profits. I didn't know it was going to like completely crash like this, but they were just squeezing out the last bit of money. And then I saw coding boot camps. Once coding boot camps started dropping the bar to get in and advertising accessibility, we want to enable it for everyone. No, you want to accept everyone's money. You want more money. You don't want to make it more accessible. You want to make more money. Stop bullshitting people. So once I saw that, I kind of realized that signups were starting to slim down a bit and shit was going to start going downhill. I didn't know at what speed, but less boot camps equals less competition. You are right about that, because most self-taught developers will not be at a level that if you went to a coding boot camp. Obviously, you could be more than that, but a lot of people, again, just they're not really meant to become developers, and that's okay. It's not going to be for everyone. But now you get more competition at the self-taught level, way more competition, because people don't have money to pay for stuff like that. And they're on average going to be worse off. So it's actually higher competition at a lower level. They're at a lower skill level. Means more dedicated devs too? No. The devs that make the self-taught program work really well and that are going to become good devs, those are dedicated devs. Those are very few. That's a minority of self-taught developers. So a lot of your competition, honestly, you'd be surprised at how much competition people that just not that good at a junior level. It's like technically your competition's going to be higher among self-taught devs. It's going to be a little higher among CS grads, a tiny bit with experienced developers, but generally they're getting mid to senior positions. Go ahead and snooze. Getting ads. You can actually take their entire curriculum for free. Yeah, I remember that. I had mixed reviews on that. Like the curriculum itself was never really the selling point. It's really the mentorship from coding boot camps. Curriculum was always free. You could find it. And unfortunately, that's not enough for most people. You can't just have like, it's really hard to consolidate a lot of material because you can't just go through the curriculum and boom, you're ready. It's like there's so much more you have to supplement, so much more you have to piece together on your own. Yeah, again, the curriculum really was free. You could find it elsewhere. I'm curious as to if there was a way to see where one would land amongst the other competition. If there's a way to meet other developers, Zach, go to the meetup. Yeah, that's how you do it. Go to the meetup. Let's go. There you go. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I appreciate the conversation afterwards. I want to have it for a little bit because I know I'm ending. I have the wrong lighting. Oh, well. I'm ending the stream early. I do plan on doing like a full stream tomorrow, most likely. I have a lot to catch up on, and I want to focus on it today. So Thanks for being here. Thanks for chilling. I hope your night goes well as well. And yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, but I'll leave this up on YouTube. Have a good rest of your night. Good luck on all of your projects, everyone, and happy coding. Take care.